You have felt it, haven't you? That quiet, persistent pressure in the center of your chest, as if something ancient and powerful is trying to breathe its way out into the world. That sudden, inexplicable sense of urgency that wakes you up in the dark hours of the morning, leaving you staring at the ceiling as your heart beats to a rhythm that does not seem to belong to this world. You might have tried to brush it off as simple stress, or the collective anxiety of a world spinning out of control. But deep down, in the silent spaces of your soul, you know it is something far greater. You know that a profound shift is occurring, a silent restructuring of reality itself. A major event is approaching, and for many on this planet, it will feel like an absolute catastrophe. You have felt the physical shifting of the earth beneath your feet, not just in the seismic tremors, but in the unseen grids of light that hold this reality together. It is an internal shaking, a disruption of the old electrical currents within your own brain, forcing you to look past the surface of things and question everything you have ever been told about who you are and why you are here. The structures of the old world are beginning to fracture. The systems of control, the false paradigms of security, and the very frequency grids that have kept humanity locked in a state of spiritual amnesia for thousands of years are starting to buckle under the weight of incoming cosmic light. To those who are deeply asleep, those who have anchored their entire identity into the material matrix, this coming collapse will feel like the end of all things. It will feel terrible, chaotic, and terrifying. They will look at the crumbling of their institutions, the shaking of their financial systems, and the failure of their leaders, and they will feel only despair. But you are not here to share in that despair. You were brought to this specific transmission, at this precise moment in your journey, because your soul remembers a different truth. You are here because you carry the spark of the ancient ones, and you are being called to stand as an anchor of light while the old world dissolves. You have been trained for this over lifetimes of preparation, traveling through different star systems just to be physically present on Gaia at this critical turning point of galactic history. This is not a time for fear, but it is a time for absolute readiness. The frequency of the planet is rising rapidly, and those who are unprepared will find the energetic friction increasingly difficult to bear. You have felt this friction in your own life as a sudden, uncompromising intolerance for anything that is not entirely authentic. You can no longer tolerate fake relationships, shallow conversations, or soul-crushing work that drains your life force. Your energy field is actively rejecting the illusions of the matrix. And though this process can feel incredibly isolating and painful, it is the most beautiful sign of your awakening. You are being prepared for what is to come. Your physical vessel, your energetic channels, and your entire mental landscape are being systematically cleared of old programming. You are being recalibrated to hold the high-frequency codes of a new era, an era we call Lyronian Of Gaia. This is the organic timeline of the Earth, a reality of harmony and peace that is emerging from beneath the dying structures of the old paradigm. Lyronians, stand steady. The blood memory within you is not myth, it is encoded history. Your nervous system is not reacting, it is recognizing an ancient signal. I am Kalor, emissary of the Lyran High Council of Vega. What follows is a direct transmission from the elders of the original lineage, before Atlantis, before the stars. The felines were already here. If you've always felt a pull toward cats, a strange recognition in their eyes, a sense that they see through you rather than at you, you haven't been imagining it. The feline codes are an ancient Lyran transmission, reawakening the primal wisdom that was seeded in humanity long before recorded history. The Lyran felines were the first. The architects, the original keepers of cosmic consciousness on Earth. 2,900 people have already unlocked their feline lineage, and nothing has felt the same since. This isn't something you find, this is something that finds you. First pinned comment, the portal is open but not indefinitely. We speak to you now from the high temples of Vega, crossing the vast oceans of time and space to reach the ears of those who have volunteered to be the ground crew of this great transition. To understand why your body feels so heavy, why your mind feels so crowded, and why your heart aches with a sweet ancient nostalgia, you must look back to the cradle of your stellar lineage. Long before this solar system was formed, your consciousness was birthed in the pristine light of the Lyra constellation. In those golden ages, you walked in perfect harmony with the cosmic laws. You knew yourself as an extension of the infinite source, moving through realms of unimaginable beauty, wisdom, and creative power. You worked alongside the great feline and avian elders, designing galactic grids, seeding planets with life, and holding the pure light templates of creation. This is where your love for freedom, for art, and for absolute truth was born. This is the home your soul remembers when you look up at the night sky and feel a sudden, quiet tear slip down your cheek. You are not from here. You are merely serving here, carrying the royal light of Vega in your cells. When the great galactic conflicts swept through the Lyran system, shattering our beautiful homeworlds, we did not perish. We did not disappear. We scattered across the cosmos, carrying the precious, unbroken seed of the original light template with us. Your soul was among those brave volunteers who chose to guard this template through the deepest, darkest densities of the universe. You chose to enter the cycle of reincarnation on Earth, knowing that you would have to descend into the heavy valleys of complete amnesia. You knew you would forget your spiritual family, your cosmic power, and your true name. You knew you would face lifetimes of persecution, loneliness, and deep sorrow, feeling like an outcast in a world that did not understand your gentle vibration. Yet, you looked at the Earth, and you volunteered anyway. You said, "I will go. I will bury the sacred light deep within my own physical DNA, and when the cosmic cycle comes to its turning point, I will wake up, remember who I am, and anchor that light back into the physical Earth." That cosmic cycle has reached its turning point. The event that is unfolding on your planet is the natural consequence of a cosmic cycle that cannot be stopped, delayed, or altered by any force on Earth. For millions of years, your solar system has been traveling through a dense, dark region of space, a spiritual winter where the connection to the source of all light was deliberately obscured. During this dark age, humanity was easily controlled, easily manipulated, and deeply disconnected from its cosmic origins. But that winter has ended. Your planet has entered the high-frequency photon belt, a golden band of cosmic radiation that is systematically dismantling every lie, every deception, and every artificial construct that has ever been placed upon Gaia. This cosmic light is highly intelligent. It is a stream of light codes that is penetrating every cell of your body, forcing your dormant DNA to unpack its hidden treasures. This is why the controllers of your world are in such a state of absolute panic. They know that their time of dominance is over, and they are attempting to construct a digital cage, a synthetic timeline of fear and total control to trap as many souls as possible before the final wave of awakening washes over the planet. This synthetic timeline is what we call the Phantom Matrix, and it is designed to harvest your precious energy through a constant state of panic, division, and technological distraction. Every piece of news, every manufactured crisis, and every cultural conflict is designed to keep your consciousness vibrating at the low level of survival and dread. When you succumb to this fear, when you argue with your brothers and sisters, and when you worry about a hopeless future, you are feeding the very structures that seek to keep you bound. But when you step back, when you breathe into your heart and recognize these events as the desperate thrashings of a dying beast, you reclaim your power as a sovereign creator. The original template of Gaia was never meant to be a prison. Long before the dark forces arrived to distort the frequency of this planet, the Lyron pioneers, alongside the ancient feline consciousness, seeded this earth with the highest codes of divine harmony, beauty, and unconditional love. This original blueprint is what we call Lyronian Of Gaia. It is a golden network of light paths, dormant portals, and sacred geometries that are woven into the very crust of the earth. For eons, this network has been sleeping, protected by the nature kingdoms and the ancient oceans, waiting for the exact cosmic alignment that you are living through right now. As the cosmic light from the galactic center intensifies, these ancient Lyran portals are beginning to reactivate, sending waves of crystalline energy through the ley lines of the earth. If you are sensitive, you have likely felt these waves as sudden rushes of heat in your body, unexpected emotional releases, or a deep, overwhelming connection to nature. You are the living conductors of this energy. You are not just passive observers of this transition. You are the physical vessels through which the high-frequency codes of Lyronia are being grounded into the physical earth. Without you, The cosmic light would have no way to anchor itself in the material realm. It would simply pass over the planet without creating lasting physical change. By choosing to incarnate at this time, you made a sacred pact with the Earth Mother. You promised to carry the light of Vega within your DNA, to hold your frequency steady in the face of absolute chaos, and to help birth a new world from the ashes of the old. This is the great mission of the Lyran starseed. You are the bridge, the human lightning rods bringing down the high-dimensional codes and rooting them deep into the soil. As these ancient codices begin to activate within you, your physical body is undergoing a massive, sometimes painful metamorphosis. You must understand that your DNA is not a static blueprint. It is a dynamic antenna that responds to the frequencies of your environment and your consciousness. For thousands of years, only a small fraction of your DNA was active, while the rest was labeled as junk by your mainstream scientists who could not understand its multi-dimensional function. But this so-called junk DNA is actually your dormant cosmic heritage. It contains the memories of your past lives among the stars, your psychic abilities, your healing powers, and your direct connection to the source of all life. Right now, the cosmic rays hitting the Earth are systematically unlocking these dormant strands of DNA, and the physical symptoms of this activation can be incredibly intense. Many of you have been experiencing what is known as the ascension flu. This is a state of deep, soul-level exhaustion that sleep cannot seem to fix, accompanied by sudden muscle aches, joint stiffness, and a feeling of being completely ungrounded or floating outside of your body. You might experience intense ringing in your ears, a high-pitched frequency that seems to shift in tone depending on your environment. This pitch is not a medical issue. It is the Vega transmission, a high-frequency carrier wave that is attempting to synchronize your brain waves with the higher dimensions. Your physical brain is being rewired to process multidimensional data, and this can cause temporary brain fog, memory loss, and a strange sense of time sliding or disappearing altogether. Your heart chakra is also expanding rapidly, which can feel like sudden flutterings, a heavy pressure in your chest, or waves of deep, unexplainable grief that wash over you for no apparent reason. You might find yourself crying over a simple flower, a passing bird, or a sad story, feeling a level of empathy that is almost too much to bear. This grief is not yours alone. It is the collective sorrow of humanity, the accumulated pain of thousands of years of separation that you are transmuting through your own sacred heart. You are a planetary filter, taking in the dense, heavy frequencies of the collective consciousness and converting them into pure, unconditional love through the spiritual alchemy of your high heart. During these times of physical restructuring, it is absolutely vital that you treat yourself with the utmost gentleness and compassion. Your body is doing the monumental, heroic work of translating multidimensional light into dense physical matter. It requires deep, undisturbed rest, clean, high-vibration water, and quiet time spent in direct contact with the earth. When you feel the heavy exhaustion coming on, do not force yourself to push through it. Do not judge yourself by the standards of a productive, matrix-driven society. Honor the silence. Walk barefoot on the grass. Allow the soil to absorb the excess electromagnetic charge from your nervous system, and let the ancient trees whisper their stabilizing wisdom to your soul. You are shedding layers of density that you have carried for lifetimes, and this process cannot be rushed or forced. If you feel this quickening in your blood, if you recognize the truth of this cosmic rewrite, I invite you to make a declaration of your sovereignty. Write the word "reawakened" in the comments below, and share the physical or emotional shifts you have been navigating during this intense planetary acceleration. Let us build a beacon of shared experience in this space, a living testament to our collective presence on the earth. If this transmission is speaking directly to your soul, remember to like this video to anchor its frequency into the collective algorithm, and subscribe to this channel so we can continue to walk this path together as one united family of light. Your presence here is not accidental. It is a highly coordinated alignment of destiny, a gathering of the ancient tribes of Vega to witness the dawn of the new world. The dark forces understand the power of your awakening, and they are doing everything in their power to prevent you from realizing who you truly are. They know that a single sovereign starseed, fully anchored in their divine power and vibrating at the frequency of love, can shatter the illusions of thousands of people around them. Therefore, their primary weapon against you is the creation of fear, division, and doubt. They want you to look at your fellow human beings with suspicion, anger, and judgment. They want you to believe that the world is a hostile, hopeless place where survival is the only goal. This is the trap of the phantom timeline, a trap designed to keep you from realizing your creative power. When you feel small and powerless, you willingly stay within the narrow pathways of their matrix, never daring to reach for the stars that are your birthright. When you spend your days consuming negative news, arguing on digital platforms, or worrying about future catastrophes, you are willingly handing over your precious life force energy to the very entities that seek to keep humanity enslaved. You become a generator for their artificial matrix, keeping their system alive with your own creative power. But the moment you turn off the noise, the moment you step outside and look at the beauty of a flower, or look into the eyes of a loved one with deep, quiet compassion, you immediately disconnect from their system. You become invisible to their tracking mechanisms because your vibration is simply too high for their dense technology to register. This is the true meaning of spiritual warfare. It is not about fighting the darkness with anger or violence. It is about shining your light so brightly that the darkness simply cannot exist in your presence. It is about withdrawing your consent from their fear machine once and for all. The elders of the original lineage want you to know that you are far more powerful than you have ever been led to believe by your earthly education. Within your energy field, you carry the royal templates of the House of Avion, the ancient Lyran lineage of the feline and avian beings who first brought light, structure, and consciousness to this sector of the universe. These templates contain the codes of absolute sovereignty, courage, and unconditional love. When you activate these codes, you step out of the victim consciousness that has plagued humanity for ages. You realize that nothing is happening to you. Everything is happening for you to assist in your ultimate awakening. The challenges you face in your daily life, the difficult relationships, the financial struggles, and the physical discomforts are all custom-designed catalysts to help you reclaim your forgotten power. You are not a human being trying to have a spiritual experience. You are a stellar master remembering how to command physical matter. Let us speak further on the beautiful mystery of the feline companions who walk beside you in this physical life. These small creatures are not ordinary animals. They are highly advanced, energetic transmuters, physical extensions of the Lyron feline consciousness sent to Earth to watch over you. They possess an extraordinary ability to see through the veil of physical matter, observing the subtle energy fields, the auric bodies, and the astral entities that move through your home. When they sleep on your chest, when they purr next to you, they are actively clearing your energy field of negative attachments, balancing your chakras, and healing your physical nervous system. They are silent guardians, reminding you of the quiet strength, the majestic grace, and the absolute independence that you carry within your own Lyran soul. Honor them, love them, and recognize them as your galactic family in disguise. Their presence in your life is a constant physical link to the high temples of Vega. The coming days will bring even greater shaking to the outer world. The old paradigms must fall completely so that the new Earth can rise in its true beauty. You will see political systems collapse, economic structures fail, and the collective narrative fracture into 1,000 different pieces. During this period of intense transition, you must act as the lighthouses of Gaia. A lighthouse does not run into the stormy sea to save the ships. It simply stands tall on the solid rock, shining its light consistently through the darkness, showing the way to safe harbor. Your calm presence, your refusal to participate in the collective panic, and your deep, quiet trust in the divine plan will be the anchor that saves many from drowning in the sea of fear. Do not try to argue people into waking up. Simply live your truth, radiate your peace, and let your energy speak for itself. When others see your stability amidst the storm, they will seek you out, wanting to know the secret of your quiet strength. To achieve this state of sovereign mastery, you must actively clear the old programming from your subconscious mind and your physical lineage. Many Lyran starseeds chose to incarnate into families with deep-seated generational trauma, cycles of abuse, poverty, or emotional suppression. You did not do this to punish yourself. You did it because you knew your light was strong enough to break the cycle. You are the system busters of your bloodlines. Every time you heal a wound within yourself, every time you choose forgiveness over resentment, you are not just healing your personal life, you are healing 7 generations before you and 7 generations after you. You are clearing the heavy emotional density from the Earth's grid, allowing the crystalline light of Lyronia to flow freely through the physical lineage of humanity. It is difficult, exhausting work, but you carry the warrior spirit of the feline ancestors, and you are fully capable of completing it. Since the moment you were born into this physical body, you have been bombarded with messages telling you that you are small, weak, separate from the Creator, and dependent on external systems. You have been trained to look outside of yourself for answers, for validation, and for salvation. But the ultimate truth of the Lyran teachings is that the kingdom of heaven is within you. You are a localized spark of the infinite source, experiencing itself in physical form. Every answer you seek, every healing you require, and every bit of guidance you need is already present within the quiet chamber of your heart. You do not need to seek out external gurus, complex rituals, or secret societies. You only need to go within and listen. The era of the external savior is over. This is the age of self-mastery, where every soul must step into their own sovereign authority and become their own spiritual guide. Begin to cultivate a daily practice of entering this inner sanctuary of light. Sit in silence, close your eyes, and visualize a brilliant golden light spinning in the center of your chest. This is your high heart chakra, the direct portal to the Lyran High Council and the infinite intelligence of the cosmos. As you breathe into this space, feel the connection to your stellar lineage. Feel the presence of your Lyran ancestors standing behind you, offering their strength, their wisdom, and their unconditional love. You are never alone on this journey, no matter how isolating it may feel on the physical plane. You are surrounded by a vast host of celestial beings who are cheering you on, celebrating your courage for taking on this difficult mission on Earth, and waiting to assist you the moment you ask for their help. All you must do is ask, open your heart, and trust the guidance that flows to you. When you align with this inner guidance, your physical path becomes smooth and effortless. The transition from a carbon-based physical vessel to a crystalline light body is the greatest journey a soul can undertake. It is the path of translation, the physical manifestation of heaven on earth. As you continue to ground these high frequencies, you will find that your psychic abilities are beginning to awaken in beautiful, unexpected ways. You may start to see flashes of light in your peripheral vision, receive telepathic messages from nature, or have vivid, prophetic dreams that guide your waking life. Your intuition will become a sharp, infallible compass, instantly showing you what is true and what is false. Trust these inner knowings, even when they contradict the logical mind or the opinions of those around you. Your soul knows the way home, and it is leading you step by step through the darkness into the eternal light of the new dawn. You are the bridge between the worlds, the living chalice through which the spirit of Vega flows into the physical matter of Earth. Every time you choose love over fear, every time you choose compassion over judgment, and every time you choose to stand in your sovereign truth, despite the pressure of the matrix, you are widening this bridge. You are making it easier for those who follow behind you to find their way. Your life is a sacred ceremony of ascension, a living prayer for the liberation of humanity. Do not underestimate the power of your daily choices, your quiet thoughts, and your gentle interactions. You are reshaping the quantum field of this planet with every breath you take, anchoring the golden timeline of Lyronia for generations to come. You are the pioneers of a new cosmic species, a hybrid lineage of starlight and physical clay designed to carry the consciousness of the Creator to the furthest edges of the material universe. As we stand on the threshold of this great cosmic event, we ask you to make a commitment to your spiritual evolution. Do not let the distractions of the material world pull you away from your true purpose. Focus your energy on healing your wounds, raising your vibration, and shining your light as brightly as possible. The destiny of Gaia is already written in the stars. She is rising into her glorious golden expression, and she is taking everyone who is willing to match her frequency along with her. The old world is indeed falling apart, and to those who are unprepared, it will feel terrible. But to you, the awakened Lyronian, it is the magnificent dawn of a new creation. The dark night is passing, the shadows are fading, and the golden sun of Vega is rising in your heart. You are ready. You are protected. You are home. Before Atlantis, before the stars, the felines were already here. If you've always felt a pull toward cats, a strange recognition in their eyes, a sense that they see through you rather than at you, you haven't been imagining it. The feline codes are an ancient Lyron transmission reawakening the primal wisdom that was seeded in humanity long before recorded history. The Lyron felines were the first. The architects, the original keepers of cosmic consciousness on Earth. 2,900 people have already unlocked their feline lineage, and nothing has felt the same since. This isn't something you find, this is something that finds you. First pinned comment, the portal is open, but not indefinitely.